Well, the weekend has begun, but we can only do so much. So, today's episode, we're just going to do two reviews. As you probably can know, New Japan has their version of WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom 19, featuring many matches. Most of the titles are on the line. The IWGP, both junior, heavyweight, and the tag team titles are on the line. We even have the never openweight AEW International Championship on the line. Winner takes all match, the Global Championship, and of course the IWGP World Heavyweight title. So a lot of things could happen in that time. But we're also going to be reviewing AEW Collision featuring, of course, a very interesting match. Rated FTR will face off against the Learning Tree. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But we do have two championship matches, the TNT title and the AEW World Tag Team title. So a lot of things could happen before then. And also for the added bonus, there is no news updates for today. So let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere in the world. Pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do news updates to keep you guys updated on what's been happening in the world of pro wrestling, such as what events the promotions are thrown out, who's booked, what matches are set, and of course developments that are happening in the world of pro wrestling. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, do Nagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, all introductions have been said. Let's get to the highway. So let's begin with our very first review, and this is from New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom. Okay, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 19. Now, those who are new to the channel, this is like their version of WrestleMania, but this is how they start the year for them. So this is the first show of the year that starts every time. So basically, first show of 2025. Now, they did have a new thing in the pre-show that they normally do, which is the rando involving the KOPW. But however, Great Khan decided to dismantle it and do something better. However, this new way, this rando match, it's about the number one contendership for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. So we have many wrestlers other than Great Khan, Hiroki Goto, of course, members of House of Losers and various other people. But however, the winner is Hiroki Goto, who many of us know he has never won the big title before, not the IWGP World Heavyweight title. He was close in winning the global title, but thanks to that idiot Finley, well, we'll see what happens. But for now, it was Hiroki Goto who won this match when he eliminated Great Khan. So, like that, it was over. Now let's jump into the IWGP Junior Heavyweight tag team titles in a ladder match. Now remember, the Ichiban Sweet Boys in fact won the um, Super Junior Tag League, but however, due to certain circumstances, certain teams are not satisfied with the fact that the Ichiban Sweet Boys won. You have the previous champions, the War Dogs, and other former champions, catch 2-2. But however, they all it was the champions, intergalactic jet setters that suggested why not this. And of course, you probably can guess the latter match is a brutal match. But however, it was Kosa Fujita who picked up the win when he brought down the belts, and just like that, this becomes his destiny. He has fulfilled what he needed to do. He is the youngest junior heavyweight competitor in New Japan to pull it off. And of course, him and Robbie Eagles are our brand new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Now, our next match is the IWGP Women's Championship. Azumi versus Mayu Iwatani. Now, these two ladies, as you know, they've been gone back and forth before. Mayu, who's been the icon of stardom, who has been, many people always say she has always been the well-deserving person to be involved at the top due to her status. Now she faces Azumi. Now, Azumi has plans of her own to show her former mentor and friend Io Sky that she can make it to the top. And many of us might have thought the same thing too. But however, Mayu Utani being the icon that she is, um, she applied the dragon suplex and retained the belt. However, there are those people who are now suspicious to think that maybe Mayu Iwatani's reign as the current IWGP Women's Champion could come to an end by one particular person, and I think many of you know who I'm talking about. So that's going to be another conversation for another time, but we'll get to that at some point when that becomes into a reality. Now our next match is for the New Japan World Television title in a four-way match. We have El Fantasma making his return after beating cancer. He takes on Roy Oiwa, Jeff Cobb, and of course the most disgusting prick on the block, Ren Narita. Now, when it comes to Ren Narita, you know he's not going to lose this title no matter what because he thinks he is all that. But however, it was El Fantasmo who picked up the win when, of course, Jeff Cobb had this one match. But it was El Fantasmo that was able to stop this and give himself time to apply the Thunder Kiss 86 onto Ren Narita. And just like that, it was over. We have a brand New Japan World Television Champion, El Fantasmo. Now he's beaten cancer. He's on his way to the top. Now our next match is a lumberjack match. This was a match that was decided by Hiroshi Tanahashi because he knows Evil does not have great success, but this is what the story has been going. Tanahashi said that he wants to retire until the next Wrestle Kingdom in 2026. However, Evil feels that Tanahashi needs to retire because he thinks that he's a liar, a deceiver, that he needs to be put out of his misery. But Tanahashi will not go down without a fight, no matter what. And of course, when it comes to Evil, those jackasses, House of Losers get involved as always. But that did not stop them one way or the other. It did not stop Tanahashi. He was able to pin Evil with the inside cradle. And of course, the House of Losers, who cannot stand losing, they decided they want to retaliate, but luckily, someone from Tanahashi's past reemerges. And you guys probably will figure that one out, and that is, of course, Katsuyori Shibata, the wrestler. However, they decided that they want to have a match against each other at Wrestle Dynasty. So that's something I think we'll get to that on the next episode. Now, our next match, the AEW International Championship will be put on the line, and the never openweight champion will be defended as well. Konosuke Takeshita will defend the international title, while Shingo Takagi, who's been one of the strongest competitors, defends the never openweight title. So basically, it's a winner takes all. But this match was a brutal hoss fight you wouldn't expect. I mean, many people has always praised Takeshita being one of the most amazing talents, and Takagi always been one of those amazing wrestlers that we know he is the strongest competitor, but it was the raging fire by Takeshita that allowed him to pick up the win and gain not only retain the AEW International Championship, but also gained the never openweight championship. So he is now walking away as double champion. Our next match, we have, of course, El Desperado versus Doiki. Now, these two men have gone before one on one. Doiki has always been one of those wrestlers that felt Despy has always held him back. But recently he did defeated him in a match, and now Doiki gets a bit of another opportunity to prove people wrong. Now, the match would have gone great if Doiki wasn't injured, so the match ended in El Desperado winning, so he was given become the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. But the situation with Doiki, it turns out that he injured his elbow, dislocated, so it's still no telling when he'll be back. So that means, in a retrospective, three members of just four guys are out. No, two actually. We have what's his name? Yuya Uemura is out, and now Doiki. So that leaves Taichi and Taka. So I mean, they need to restructure themselves. That's what I think. Our next match is the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. David Finlay defends the belt against a man he despises, a man who felt that he wasted one opportunity for another, and that is, of course, Yota Tsuji. If you guys remember, he won the New Japan Cup. He felt that it should have been him winning. But however, he didn't even win the G1 because it was Zack Sabre Jr. However, now this is becoming interesting. David Finlay, you probably can guess that he would do whatever it takes to win. But however, it was the Gene Blaster by Yota Tsuji that allowed him to win, become our brand new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. So we'll see what happens. But however, it was told he will defend his belt against Jack Perry at Wrestle Dynasty. Our next match, this was a match that was people that Hiromu Takahashi wanted all along, a match against Tetsuya Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, and this is what it is. And of course, there wasn't going to be no holdbacks. Nobody was holding any punches whatsoever. Of course, we were going to see Naito do what he does best, and of course, that's exactly what he did. He applied the Destino, and just like that, he wins the match. Now, our main event is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Shota Umino faces against Zack Sabre Jr. So this is one of those matches where Shota Umino is determined to prove why he will be the ace of New Japan, and he has to prove it. And that's exactly what he was doing. I mean, he pulled no stops whatsoever. He kept going and going no matter what. But however, this match ended with Zack Sabre Jr. applying the Zack driver, retaining the belt. And of course, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be the ace of New Japan and all that. But of course, Zack Sabre Jr. did state it on the post-match promo that the New Japan has entered the era of TMDK, and I have to say we agree. We do have brand new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and of course the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. So we'll see how things will progress with TMDK. But for now, we'll end things here with New Japan, and let's move on with our last review, and that is, of course, AEW Collision. Okay, AEW Collision. We opened up with rated FTR, should I say, preparing for their match against the Learning Tree. So that is something we will see down the line. Now, our first match features Mark Briscoe and Daniel Garcia. Now, those who know this, Mark Briscoe does have a win over Daniel Garcia during the Continental Classic. So later it was decided to put the TNT title on the line. So Daniel Garcia was able to overcome this match because he knows Mark Briscoe is no joke. He is not a slouch, someone that you should take kindly. But Mark Briscoe respects tough SOBs because he is one himself. But Daniel Garcia was able to pick up the win with the jackknife, and just like that, it was over. Now, Wheeler Yuta, as you probably know, he is not happy with the results of what happened this past Wednesday. He is telling Jay White he is now a marked man, but however, Jon Moxley has some things to say about FTR. He feels that FTR are on the same level as him, feeling that guys like him should teach the younger generation a, a lesson. So he's being cryptic about it, trying to put out his points on why he needs to save AEW from itself. So we'll see where that goes. Now, our next match, we have Jeff Jarrett versus Aaron Solo. Now, this is a payback match that Aaron Solo wanted because those who remember, it was during the Ring of Honor final battle that it was Jeff Jarrett that whacked Aaron Solo with the guitar after he tried to help that idiot QT Marshall. And just like that, it was over. But however, nothing worked in Aaron Solo's favor. It didn't do any favors for him at all because he ended up losing to Jeff Jarrett by applying whatever that move he calls it. And just like that, it was over. Now, our next match is a title match. It's the AEW World Tag Team titles. Action Andretti and Leo Rush takes on Private Party. And of course, we did see Layla Gray and Top Flight watching this. And of course, taking a first row seat. However, you would think that somehow Leo Rush and Action Andretti will pick up the win by cheating their way through. And they almost had it thanks to Dante Martin, who intervened and caused it. It was Brother Zay that pinned Action Andretti. And just like that, it was over. So Private Party retains the belts. Now, Lex Lanier was able to conduct an interview with Copeland, talk about the match, and of course, talking about Moxley. But later he was interrupted with Jericho, and he pretends that their history never happened. But we'll see what happens at the main event. Our next match, Toni Storm takes on Deonna Purrazzo. As you know, Deonna Purrazzo is trying to make a statement in her way. Toni Storm, who is still being the fangirl that she is, cannot believe she's in the ring. But of course, in this match, with Deonna Purrazzo and her tag partner, and of course, state friend Taya Valkyrie, she was going to be there by her side, and that's exactly what happened. But however, um, Toni Storm is now undefeated when she applied the inside cradle, and just like that, it was over. Now, Alex Marvez was about to conduct an interview with Hangman and Christopher Daniels. Now, of course, we know that Christopher Daniels tried the reason with them, but Hangman is the kind of person who doesn't want to listen to a guy like him. Of course, things got a little heated when Hangman made attack CD and then CD attack him back. So things escalated very, very high. So we'll see where that leads us from there. Now it seems that things are now uh, our intrusion within the Acclaim. As you know, what happened this past Wednesday, we did see where Max Caster acted so selfish in his tag himself and got himself lost. However, Anthony Bowens would try to tell him that I would love to punch you, but the only thing that's restraining me is Billy not letting me do it. So that sets it up right there. Now, our next match, we have a bit of a four-way where we did see like some sort of prize was being conducted. We have Beast Mortals versus Brian Cage versus Commander versus Dante Martin. However, many of you may figure because Dante Martin was involved in this match, of course, Leo Rush and Action and Jetty would definitely try to get some payback for the loss of the tag team belts. So that kind of played out. But however, it was Brian Cage with the swole. Brian Cage should apply like the Wolverine or the Jewel Claw. What I don't know which move is it. Pin Dante Martin and allow him to pick up the win. Now, before the main event, we did see FTR having a nice conversation with the Rock and Roll Express, talking about the recent encounter from a couple years ago where they attacked them. So they kind of, asked for the forgiveness, but of course, what's his name? No, was it? Ricky Morton says it was just another day at the office, guys. Don't worry about it. And then they were not interrupted, but they were surprised by the Outrunners. I thought it was a pretty good moment. So we'll see what happens. Now, our main event is the Learning Tree and Rated FTR. So you know this was going to be a clash no matter what. But I have to say, seeing Rated FTR combined, they have formed some great cohesion. The combination of the Shatter Machine and the Spear on Jericho sets it all. So, Rated FTR walked away with the win thanks to Coke pinning Jericho. I'm not sure if he will ever catch an opportunity for the Ring of Honor World title. But however, During the post match, Death Riders just revealed that they captured the Rock and Roll Express and they tied them up. However, Rated FTR went to the back to find them. The Outrunners tried to help, but of course, the Death Riders attacked them. So things got a little hairy. So right now, the Death Riders are causing a lot of problems. So we'll see what happens this coming Wednesday. And I think that's pretty much it we have. So, as I said before, there is no news updates for today. So, let's call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, as you probably can guess, we have Wrestle Dynasty. We have the collaboration of many promotions like AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and Stardom. That's going to be a fun event. I can't wait to see it. I'm still trying to decide what events I haven't reviewed just yet. There's still some from 2024, mostly from December. Um, we'll see what happens. But for now, we'll leave things as it is and we'll move forward. But until then, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. And have a nice day. Bang.